time and temp check, just about 5 o'clock, 81 degrees it was. High 90s today, but this is what we're looking at. I am drenched. This is why I need an enclosed trailer, my goodness. Not fun, got halfway through the yard, it started really coming down. That was a 3-acre property, so it did. Let me just put you down for a second while I get felted up. Woo! You can see the sun's coming out, but I don't know if you can tell, rain's still coming down hard. Oh, we're spinning, it's wet. So, what do you do in a situation like this? Well, I don't know. Tomorrow is going to be crazy rain in the afternoon, evening. They're talking almost 2 inches of rain between tomorrow afternoon and the overnight. So, unless something really changes, we're not mowing tomorrow. That leaves me with Friday, which Friday, it's supposed to rain into the day on Friday. The afternoon it should clear up for it, which is good. It looks great. It looks great on camera. Jeez. I have no idea what I just went through. See all the runoff. I have a question to ask everybody in a second too, but Friday, I got to get down to those Mahopac lawns. I have a very busy weekend, and mowing on the weekend is really not an option. It's definitely not an option Saturday. Really want to, at all costs, avoid it on Sunday too. So that's why I pushed forward today. I got home. I actually drove through rain coming home. Got home. It was dry. It was dark though, and I was like, looking at the future cast, and you never know, like, you know, it showed all the rain, but I'm, zooming into the exact location, and it looks like, oh, in this location, it's going to hold off till 5. I mean, here it is, 5 o'clock. But it didn't. It held off to, I don't know, 4:30, 4:45. I feel bad. I left, and now it's pretty much stopping. Jeez. Because I left. There's one side of this guy's driveway that's just kind of weeds and just doesn't really grow great. I mow it just because it actually, even though it doesn't mow, even though it's like a real, like, kind of crummy spot, it does stripe nice. But I kind of said, F it. He's made it clear when I first got that account. He's like, oh, you can mow that one every other time. I literally mow it every week. But I'm so beyond drenched that, I'm kind of just like, oh, this is what I hate when it's wet. This truck does not want to drive. I'm going to shake the whole truck to get a little bit of speed. Yeah, so, I don't know. I did not trim. I did blow off the very front entranceway. Unfortunately, that was like left. I had blown grass. I had side discharged grass into the driveway area there, and then it came pouring down in buckets, and I did not want to leave wet grass there, so I spent like, I don't know, five full minutes in the pouring rain trying to blow that all off. I was just blowing it into puddles, and the puddles were flowing back into the driveway. It was like a whole thing. But so anyway, this is what I need. You see these guys? Smart Riverview, big 24,024-foot enclosed trailer. It's huge, way bigger than I need. But what I need, enclosed trailer. I go back and forth. Do I get a dump trailer for my stuff, or do I get an enclosed trailer and have a floating garage with me that I could, it wouldn't really save me much today because I did mow in the rain, but sometimes it's like starting to sprinkle, and I just get the mower on the trailer right away, and then the heavens open up before I get home, and then I have to do the whole unload thing, and that sucks. And it's, anyway, no trimming today, but you know what? They're gonna get charged the same price. I feel bad because it's actually the 5th mow in the month, and that's an expensive account. So he's looking at an extra cut this month. it just happened to work out that way, that, you know, it's the last day of the month today, or it's actually not, tomorrow's the last day of the month, but it just happened to work out like that. But what I was going to ask you guys there is, I was trimming, or excuse me, I was not trimming at all. I was blowing off that driveway, as I mentioned, and as I'm blowing off, I see just more and more random, like, rainbow dot, like, spots on the ground, as if it was gas or oil. I've been on that driveway, you know, like, kind of rainbows out when it gets wet. And I'm just like, what the, you know, like, were there were definitely not oil spots or anything, like, and then I'm like thinking, I flew back on the mower. It does have the slightest of slight hydro leak possibly, but I thought that was a while ago, but I was like, maybe, you know, the mower's wet, a few of those drop, whatever. But no, it was actually, it was coming off my blower, and the gas cap was tight, which is a 50-to-1 ratio of oil fuel mix. But yeah, the fuel cap was tight. It doesn't leak, but what I think happens is, you know, sometimes you get overspills, like, you know, you overfill it, and it kind of spills inside. You wipe it off, whatever. It's no big deal. But I wonder, as the rain and all the water were, oh my god, it almost looks dry over here. As of the, you know, there's like dry spots already over here. My goodness. Oh my god. We're falling down, we're covering this thing. If it was just like kind of soaking it and dripping, like, you know, they're running off the part that had been leaked on, I guess. So now I'm trying to blow all those spots off, because I'm like, geez, I don't want a guy's multi-million-dollar home with a beautiful entranceway. Like, I don't want, like, gas oil spots all over that. Like, you know, that's a really bad move. Whatever. We didn't do trimming today. It is what it is. I do feel bad when I don't trim. I never, it's very rare that I don't trim, but, you know, think of all the times you have to double cut something and, you know, do a little extra work that you're not charging them extra for, that, you know, you gave them a cut, beautifully striped lawn. The lawn actually looked beautiful. I couldn't film it, obviously. You cut 3 acres, a little under, but about 3 acres in 30 minutes, which, if you go quote unquote balls to the wall, you can do that. Highly not recommended. I usually take an hour on that property with trimming and blowing. Now there's a lot of trimming and blowing, so obviously probably about 40-45 minutes of mowing and the rest trim and blowing. There is a lot of trim and blowing on this property. Sometimes even more, sometimes an hour and 15 if I'm really going nuts. And then, so, you know, I basically cut the mow time down. Let's just say I cut the mow time 20 minutes, which is a lot, but, you know, it is that point in the season where at the very end of July, today's date is the 30th of July, we are in that point of the season where we're still like, look at these lawns, the nice green lush lawns. That little spot that looks dead, that's a culvert with some overgrown dead grass. But you can even see these people don't keep up with it. You know, these are apartments, kind of just everything is green. There's really but I feel like there's a difference between the thick green lush grass of the spring and the okay, now it's starting to get to now we've had like weeks and weeks of 90, like it's been extremely hot. We've been like mid 90s every day, but we've also gotten a lot of rain. So, you know, it's the heat prevents that like thickness and lushness from happening, and you just get green, like thin grass that like otherwise would have like probably been burnt out. Like even on a wide open like cemetery kind of plot, you know, that you know is not like kept up like perfectly. It's still green, but you could kind of see like, you know, if it doesn't rain for a week, this is going to start to turn brown. It's going to start to really get that that dried out appearance. So anyway, all this long way of saying that you could almost blend what you're doing, what you're cutting. You can tell that you've cut, you can tell that the lawn is nice and striped, but if you miss a little section or you cut a corner in a certain area, unless you're really looking for it, you're not going to see it. Unlike if you're doing this in May, where you cut an area and you notice like a few days later you can see the extreme height difference. We don't have a really big height difference, and we're cutting high. I cut high. We were cutting that at 3 3/4, and it was probably only 4.5 inches tall. I would say it was taking off. I don't know, maybe an inch, maybe a full inch. I don't know. Probably not even that. I would say it's taking off 3/4 of an inch, which is why I'm gonna guess it was. But anyway, all that. Long story short, we're just about home. It's raining again. Not super heavy. Hopefully, we will not. Hopefully, we will unload this stuff. We're already drenched. It doesn't matter. Hopefully, that runoff from the what do you call it? The backpack blower, where it was leaking that oil fuel mix on the ground. Hopefully that's not down my backside, that I'm sitting in this truck cab with cloth seats. That would be horrible. Anyway, turning onto my road, guys. Everybody have a great one. Peace. Stay dry, stay safe, stay calm. And I guess this rain, tomorrow's rain of 2 inches, probably looking at 2.5, almost 3 inches of rain in this next few days, will continue to make these lawns grow despite the crazy heat we're having. Have a good one, everybody.